Hello everyone. Today, we're diving into some common mistakes and confusing words in English. These words can often trip us up because they look or sound similar, but have different meanings or uses. Our goal is to clearly understand each form so we can use them confidently and correctly. Pay close attention to the spelling, meanings, and examples, and let's see how well you can use these words by the end of the presentation. This presentation will help you understand and correctly use commonly confused words in English. Focus on each example and pay close attention to the explanations and examples provided. Let's begin. Review the spelling and meaning of each form. Focus on understanding how they differ in usage and pronunciation. Cite. Cite. Cite and cite. You might hear them and think they're interchangeable, but they're not. Cite is a verb, and it means to refer to a source, like when you cite a book or an article in your essay. Cite is a noun, and it means a place, like a building site or a historical site. So remember, you cite information, and you visit a site. Let's look at examples to see how they're used in context. Read each example sentence carefully, paying attention to the context. Notice how spelling and pronunciation match the intended meaning in each sentence. In her paper, Camila cited several famous historians to support her argument. The construction site was closed due to safety concerns. Read the text carefully, identifying where each meaning applies. Focus on how each form fits within the overall context to convey its meaning. The town of Green Hill recently approved a new library project. The chosen site was an old parking lot next to the park, considered the perfect site for community learning. Local planners visited the site several times to assess safety and accessibility. They wanted to ensure that the location would serve families, students, and researchers well. During the planning meetings, the team had to cite studies to justify their design choices. One planner cited a study showing that natural lighting improves reading performance. Another cited a government report about eco-friendly buildings. Without the ability to cite credible sources, their proposals would not have been approved. In the end, with proper documentation and careful evaluation of the site, the town council gave the green light. The library will soon rise from the selected site, standing as a symbol of knowledge and thoughtful planning. Answer each true or false question based on the meanings and examples you reviewed. This will help reinforce your understanding of each form and its correct usage. 1. Tourists visited the ancient site to learn its history. 2. You should cite your ideas in a bibliography. 3. Students must cite other authors' work to avoid plagiarism. 4. A cite is always related to writing and research. 5. The construction site was closed due to rain. 6. The scientist cited recent research during her speech. Read the sentences and select the appropriate form based on context. 1. James cited a famous speech during his presentation. 2. The site has been under construction for months. 3. Teachers encourage students to cite their sources properly. 4. The archaeological team explored the site for days. 5. Ava and Dean chose a safe site for the picnic. 6. Please cite your references at the end of the document. Let's proceed. Review the spelling and meaning of each form. Focus on understanding how they differ in usage and pronunciation. Discrete. Discrete. Discrete and discrete. They may look and sound similar, but they're quite different. Discreet is an adjective that means careful, private, or tactful, like when you keep a secret or handle a sensitive situation. Discrete is also an adjective, but it means separate or distinct, like individual parts of a system. Even though the spelling is almost the same, one little letter changes everything. Let's dive into examples to clarify the difference. Read each example sentence carefully, paying attention to the context. Notice how spelling and pronunciation match the intended meaning in each sentence. Please be discreet about the surprise party. Lucas still doesn't know. The course is divided into 5 discrete modules, each focusing on a different topic. Read the text carefully, identifying where each meaning applies. Focus on how each form fits within the overall context to convey its meaning. Freya was known for being discreet at work. As a human resources officer, she handled personal matters with care and never shared sensitive information. Her discreet nature made employees feel safe and respected. One day, the company introduced a new software system that broke down tasks into discrete units. Each discrete task could be tracked and managed individually. Freya appreciated how the system allowed her to handle complaints, reports, and follow-ups as discrete actions rather than an overwhelming process. Despite the technology, her job still required her to be discreet when speaking with staff. She always made sure conversations took place in private settings. The discreet way she handled difficult situations showed professionalism and empathy. In contrast, the new system's discrete steps made problem-solving more efficient. While discreet referred to Freya's tactful manner, discrete described the separate parts of her tasks. Together, they created a smooth, respectful workflow. Answer each true or false question based on the meanings and examples you reviewed. This will help reinforce your understanding of each form and its correct usage. 1. Discreet people often talk loudly about secrets. 2. Discrete parts of a machine can function alone. 3. A discreet person shares confidential info freely. 4. Olivia remained discreet about the surprise party. 5. The discrete tasks were completed together as one. 6. The robot's movements were broken into discrete steps. Read the sentences and select the appropriate form based on context. 1. Elliot was very discreet about their conversation. 2. The discrete components were stored separately. 3. Her discreet behavior impressed her boss. 4. Try to remain discreet when entering the room. 5. The machine has several discrete functions. 6. Each discrete step must be followed carefully. Great job, everyone! Now you've completed the lesson. You've explored meanings, examples, and even tested yourself with true, false, and practice questions. Remember, common mistakes happen, but each one is a chance to improve. Next time, we'll look at another set of confusing words, so keep practicing, and see you then. Thanks for joining, and happy learning!